The other time I spoke of passing grade 12, and let me take this out. Passing grade 12. Yes, last time I spoke of passing grade 12. Now I'm talking about Namibia and its unemployment. My friend, as for us, we are actually the youth in Namibia that is actually suffering because of unemployment. There is no employment in Namibia apparently. So that is why some of us who deserves to be sitting in some of the seats are still unemployed. So I don't understand one thing about Namibian jobs. The person wants you to be a cleaner, however he wants you to have an experience. This is why there is no unemployment in Namibia. The fact is that Namibians are only employing those with experience. But people that are having experience, there are people that are coming from other jobs, from one job to the other. People that are moving from glory to glory. They are not employing those of us that are coming out from school simply because we do not have experience. But come on, I'm coming out of school and you are preferring somebody with a grade 12 certificate. How do you expect that person to have experience? Which doesn't really add up. You want the person to have a grade 12 certificate, yet you want the person to have experience. How can a person have experience for cleaning? How can a person have experience for dusting? How can you just have experience for dusting? Those are things that get into your hands and you just start. The same way that I believe a person cannot have, every person that knows how to read and write can get any access to anything or is capable of doing any kind of job. For instance, if I get to sit at a computer and if I get to sit at a computer, I would know what to do and what not to do. If I can read, I would know every app, every document, every program that is on that computer. It needs to be this, it needs to be what. If a person says I must type something, I know where to go. If a person says I must print something, I know where to go. Because I can read and write. However, they are preferring us to have experiences on jobs that they still refuse to give us, which is actually my big stress right now. I'm actually stressed because we really want to work, but it's just that these qualifications, these requirements that this job are actually putting up, they're just so unnecessary. Some jobs don't even need experience. They just need for you to get into the place and get things done. Seriously, you just don't need any experience of anything. That is why you really end up confused. I'm confused though. I'm really confused. And for you to be employed in Namibia is when you know one person that knows the other person that will put you in the place of the other person, which is not fair at all. What about us, those of us that are not outgoing, those of us that do not know how to socialize, and those of us that are that are not too classy, those of us that have only a small circle of friendship? How do we get to be, I don't know, to be friends to managers, to be friends to supervisors, if we live in this small circle of people? I know we should expand our boundaries, but sometimes we are afraid because temptations are everywhere and challenges are everywhere. But seriously, no, it doesn't mean that if I know a manager of a certain job or a certain one is when I will be employed. This is very wrong, and it actually not in Namibia, my friend. We watch movies and we see this thing happen. So why is life becoming like this? This is not fair. This is not fair for some of us that don't have connections. We are still young. How can we build connections when we are still young? People that are of our generations that we have schooled with, that we know they are getting into higher places, or we know that are capable of being managers of what jobs, but they are still struggling. Now those of us that are supposed to depend on those people, how will